My backstory. Hello, my name is Olivia. I was born in 2001 in the city of London. This is my horrible life. I get catfished by my dad. On my 13th birthday, I was so heartbroken because nobody loved me. I cried to my dad and told him I wanted something more than all I ever wanted. I told him I wanted more than a cat or enough toys to fill a whole janitor cupboard. I wanted someone to love. He told me I was allowed to get Tinder. It was the best day of my life. But when I first started, I met this cute guy named Brad. I thought it would be okay to test. After a few months of just messages, he asked me if I'd be his girlfriend. Soon my dad put Whisper on my laptop to stop me going on it. I kept wondering why, but one day when I'm messaging Brad, I had an idea of what it could be. He could have been doing something on my laptop he didn't want me to see. I told Brad the next day about how strange my dad is becoming. But all he sent me after that for the whole day were crying emojis. I didn't know why up until now. So then on the Saturday, I asked Brad if we could meet up at the Topshop near where I lived. He said yes, but didn't even ask me whereabouts in London I lived. I was creeped out and started crying. My mum rushed into my bedroom when I told her everything, and even showed her our messages. About an hour later, I spoke to him again. I asked him where I know whereabouts in London I lived. He told me it was because he was going to ask me on the day he was going to meet me. My mum came upstairs wondering why I was clubbing, so I told her. Lie. Then I got a message from my dad's mate, Jacob Simon. I was fed up of getting random messages from people, but it was my dad's friend, so I answered. He told me that I needed to go undercover as him and ask my father what he was doing. And he said, then you'll get the truth. I didn't know what he meant, but I did it anyway. Then when my father replied, he said, oh, I was pretending to be Brad to make my daughter happy. I started crying really loud without thinking. My mum came upstairs. I'm really open to my mum, so I told her about Brad and everything. I could hear my mom and dad arguing downstairs, so I was in tears. I decided to lay down in bed and try to find some nice guy on Tinder, and to try to keep me away from tears. About half an hour later, I met a really sweet guy named Damien, and I was chatting to him all night, all through the arguments. After about 2 hours, I decided to say goodbye and get some sleep. The next morning, while we were eating breakfast, my parents didn't argue or talk, they just ate. I felt happy knowing I had a proper man by my side. Sometimes, when my parents were sleeping, I would message him and say I was sneaking out to go and meet him. This is a bad idea if you've never met someone before, but I had. He turned up at my door and he's my age. He's a proper person. But if I wasn't to sneak out and meet him somewhere, I was to send him late night texts. And if I wasn't to do that, I'd dream about him all day. My life was great, until I woke up and grabbed my phone and told Damien my parents were fighting again. Then when I got downstairs, I had a real shock. My mum was on the floor, her leg bleeding. My dad was stood in the kitchen hiding something behind his back. When I caught sight of it, it was a kitchen knife. I told my dad he was a horrible man and took my mum to hospital. Mum was okay, but I wasn't. After that visit to the hospital, I had a really bad temper and I wouldn't calm down. I told Damien I hated my father for this. I told my mum they should get a divorce, and they ended up actually getting one. And here I am now, a mother of 2 kids.